great fish taco, you need an awesome slaw. So we're gonna start off by making that. Grab a green cabbage. I like to peel off the outer tougher layers, and then I give that a nice little rinse, and then we're going to cut this in half. Now it's time to remove the core. So you literally just want to cut into it, follow it on the opposite side, cut around, and then the core will remove. I like to cut this in half, then set aside. You know, I want to grab a mandolin, get that on 1/16 or 1/8 inch setting, and then basically just go back and forth there. I use about half a green cabbage for this. It makes quite a bit. And use the guard when you get lower to the mandolin. Watch those fingers. I've cut myself before. It is not fun. Also, if you don't have a mandolin, just grab a sharp knife. Basically just cut it super thin. Remove the mandolin from the board. You're going to want to throw the cabbage into a bowl. Now we're going to get started with the slaw ingredients. Add in 1 tablespoon of white vinegar. I like to do a few scoops of mayo. I really like this avocado mayo. And then do juice of half a lime. I like to use a little juicer, sure I get all the juice in there. Do a nice sprinkle of garlic powder, pepper, a nice sprinkle of salt. Give this a nice toss so that all the flavors are incorporated. I like to cover this up with some plastic wrap, throw in the fridge for a few hours, toss every now and then. So now it's time to make my world famous Chipotle Crema sauce. So you can start off by rolling out a lime. You're gonna cut that in half. We're gonna use the juice of 1 lime here. Grab a thing of garlic cloves, karate chop. Get a few cloves there. I like to cut the ends off, take off the peels, and then we're gonna mince this. Now it's time to chat chipotle peppers since this is a chipotle crema sauce. So for this, I'm using about 2 chipotles in adobo sauce. Little pro tip for you, I like to cut into the peppers and remove the seeds. Basically, this provides for a smoother sauce. Once you have the seeds removed, mince this up pretty finely. We're gonna blend it so it doesn't have to be perfect. Now grab yourself a small blender, throw in half a cup of mayo. You're going to do half a cup of sour cream. You could also do like an unsweetened coconut yogurt to make my paleo version. You're going to throw in the chopped garlic, add the chipotles, juice of the lime, start with half a lime, and then do a spoonful or 2 of the adobo sauce to add a nice little spice. I like to do a splash of white vinegar for a little bit of acid. Do 1/4 teaspoon salt and 1/8 teaspoon pepper. Cover this with a lid and then give this a nice blend. You want it to be super smooth. Give it a little taste as well. See if it needs a little more salt or lime. Most important part about fish tacos is obviously the fish. So for this recipe, I'm going big. I got 2 pounds of halibut. Halibut's incredibly delicious, so I definitely recommend it. It is a bit pricey though, so you could also use any firm whitefish. Think tilapia, cod, even mahi-mahi. Add each side of the fish dry. So this is going to allow the batter to adhere better. And then for slicing, really just picture a really good fish taco. So you want a nice strip. So usually with a fillet like this, cut them in half and then cut each fillet into nice sized strips. It's batter time, baby. So now you're gonna throw in 1 cup of cassava flour, add in 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons salt, half teaspoon paprika, half teaspoon garlic powder, last but not least 1/4 teaspoon pepper. Give that a nice sift and shake. You can do a little dancing if you want. Then stir this at the end as well, just to make sure everything's combined nicely. Now crack an egg into a bowl, give that a nice little beat, and then grab some cold sparkling water. And it's fun fact time. Why use cold sparkling water? You might be asking yourself right now. Well, let me tell you why. Because one of the big things with a batter is the bubbles, right? Essentially the carbon dioxide. When the water is cold, it basically has less room for the bubbles to escape. So provide a lighter, fluffier batter. I love Topo Chico. I find the bubble counts really nice, so I definitely recommend this brand. But you could also use a Pellegrino as well. Pour in 1 cup of the cold Topo Chico. Give that a light little whisk to kind of work it into the egg mixture. And then we're slowly going to incorporate into the batter. You don't want to go crazy here with whisking. Again, if you're whisking too vigorously, you're going to overdo it. All the bubbles are basically going to go away. You're going to be left with a flat batter. So a nice little whisk. Once combined, set aside. Now add in 1 teaspoon mustard. This is going to do 2 things. It's going to provide an awesome color to the batter. It's also going to provide some nice flavor. And then as you can see, kind of work the batter around. You want a thick pancake batter, pretty much. You want it to adhere to the coating, but you don't want it too heavy. So right about when it gets to this point, it's perfect. If you need a little more water, add it in. And then if it's too thin, just add in a little more flour. Grab a 4-quart Dutch oven or any fry-safe pan or pot. And then you're going to want to add in 1 cup avocado oil. I really like using avocado oil because it's super clean and it's a high heat cooking oil. So it's not going to burn on you. Get your oil heated up on about medium-high heat. Once the instant read thermometer reads about 360 to 375, you're good to drop the fish. And then throughout the process of frying, check the oil periodically just to ensure that you're at temperature. If you're too low, it's going to get all soggy. We are ready to start frying. So I like to season the fish right before I'm about to start cooking them, salt both sides, and then add it to the batter. I like to use tongs here. Get it a nice coating on each side and then put into the oil. I like to do a little wavy kind of pattern motion. This way it's not going to stick to the bottom. One of the keys to good frying is not overcrowding the pot. So something like this, usually I do about 3 to 4 fish sticks in there. And do about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes each side. Halibut cooks pretty quick. You definitely don't want to overcook it either, since it's a very tender, flaky fish. Once those have cooked on each side, I like to remove and add to a wire rack immediately. I like to hit it with a little flaky salt. At this point, the batter is still kind of soaking in seasoning. So season right away, and then it's going to be perfect. Basically, just repeat this process until all the fish is cooked, and then we'll move on. I like to, in between frying sessions, also remove the little crumbs left behind. This is important because those are essentially going to burn. They'll kind of ruin the taste of the oil. So just get into the habit of that. Now that our fish is done, it's taco building time. I'm starting off with a homemade cassava flour tortilla. I am going to be doing a YouTube video for this soon, so stay tuned. Top it with some of the homemade Chipotle Crema sauce we did. And then you're going to want to throw down that gorgeous slaw. Now grab the star of the show, the beautiful fried fish we did. I like to hit it with a little more sauce because that sauce is so bomb. And then top it with some radish slices. This is going to provide a nice little crunch factor. You could also do pickled onions, all sorts of different things. And that's the taco, guys. Time for a little bite. Oh my goodness, guys. It is incredibly good. You're going to see the texture of that halibut, the beautiful little crust on there, beautiful, awesome sauce to kind of tie it together, and the gorgeous tortilla. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely give this recipe a try and give me a little love. Subscribe. Hope you guys like this video and let me know what you guys want to see next. Peace.